Hello, once again, one and all, and welcome back to Conquest of Azeroth. Taking a look at Runemaster this time. And Runemaster at level 30, basic class, you don't get much. You get some new abilities like weapons engravement water. You get runic tattoos of arcane and fire. You get resonance rune. Uh, you get lay feed, which is mildly useful. But otherwise there are not many new abilities that the base class gets. On the flip side of this, Engravement is the first one we're going to take a look at, and holy shit, it's still good. You don't get many new abilities out. The only new ability you get up to level 35 is Guarding Rune, which inscribes a defensive rune underneath you in a 10-yard radius, summoning a barrier that causes allies within the radius to take 40% reduced magic damage, and it lasts 15 seconds. It's got 2-minute cooldown, decent defensive. But you get passives like Layborn, which causes your runic brand now to your marked runic brand debuff to stack 3 times. You get Tempo, which increases the magic damage of your rune blade by a fifth. You get Mark of Strength, which increases the spell power of your Primordial Blast by just about a third. Brandmaster, which increases your critical strike chance with runic brand's explosion. You get there's volcanic etching, which increases the chance to trigger of your earth and fire engravings. And then you have flowing rivers and wild surge. All the specs still feels fun. It's still strong. It is definitely better than Riftblade, and I will fully admit this. Riftblade, it has fallen behind it. Both are still strong, but I think Great Engravement has the better spec out of the two. Some downsides are, unless you're using you're bouncing between runic tattoos, you will run out of mana fairly quickly. But runic weapon engravement water helps with that because it helps you regen your mana, and it actually helps you regen your party's mana too of people around you, which is actually rather good. And it's also got a 100-yard range to apply that replenishment, which is weirdly hilarious that it's got such a massive range. I would definitely leave this at where it is, an upper A tier. It's strong, it's lethal, it is one of the better classes for taking out high priority targets. You can lock down people. I forgot to mention, you also get Arcane Palm. You get some new stealth abilities: Arcane Palm Sigil, Arcane, Whisperwind, and Cinderwake. I would use Whisperwind. It doesn't, because in PvP that's just giving an enemy a speed up. Why would you do that? And Cinderwake is good for revealing stealth people while you're stealth. Kind of interesting. But with all that said and done, next we are going to go take a look at Glyphic. Now, Glyphic feels weaker than it did beforehand. Well, no, actually, Glyphic feels stronger than it did beforehand, courtesy of the plethora of new abilities you can get your hands on. You have Primordial Pulse. You have Thaumaturgy. You also have Silencing Rune. And it also gets access to some new... And it feels really, really good. Primordial Pulse creates it's an AoE. It places a rune down for 2 seconds, which pulses elemental damage every half second, hitting up to 5 enemies inside. So that's pretty decent. Thaumaturgy blasts an enemy and also unleashes your active glyph effect. So you've got two of them, two abilities that now do it. This one just deals arcane damage. Silencing Rune. It's a 5-yard silence. It's got a 1-second activation time after you put it down, and it silences all enemies within for 10 seconds. Pretty useful. Talent wise, you have Primordial Salvos, which causes your glyphs to now become an AoE, dealing very weak damage in an 8-yard radius. You've got Rune Slinger, which has a chance to cause your spell haste to increase by 20% for 5 seconds. You know, Wizardry, which increases your intellect by 10%. It increases the mana per gained for each point of intellect by 10%. Basically sending your mana into overdrive with how much you can get. Primordial Power, which increases the duration of Frigid Fusion. It's a good one. Frigid Elements and Cold Elements are two you can grab as well. Advanced Magi for Elemental Burst extra damage. Terraglyphs, which increases the chance of triggering your weapon engravings of Earth by 4%. And then you have Lay Magician, which causes your Primordial Blast to reduce the cooldown of your Primordial Pulse by 5 seconds. Glyphic feels strong. It definitely feels good. I can see where it feels weaker than Engravement, but as a caster, it feels good. Its ability to keep its mana up definitely also earns it some points in my book with the Weapon Engravement Water, because as a caster, you are more concerned with that. You're more concerned with that. And, with your engravements, you can actually do a whole lot of extra damage. Also, glyphs you can get just add in a lot of extra damage that you can just whip out at people. This still sits in A tier under Engravement, but I will definitely say it feels better. It's more fun than it used to. It feels fun. As a caster, it's really good. It feels much more like a mix of a mage and an elemental shaman, which I do kind of like. Taking a look at the last spec of Riftblade, Riftblade hasn't really seen much love up to its level 30, and that's kind of sad. For its level 30 bracket, you get 2 new abilities of Echo Rune, which allows you to teleport back to the marked location and heal for basically your entire damn health bar. And Primordial Tattoos, which for 50 seconds causes your rune blade to strike up to 5 additional enemies. Also, your runic tattoos are basically doubled with their effectiveness, which is kind of good. Talent-wise, you have a couple double up choices here in Wild Runes and Water Runes for 1, and Rift Clones and Phaser for in another. You have Residual Power, which increases the effectiveness damage of Weapon Engraving Air. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Weapon Engravement Air is basically it causes your attacks to have a chance to deal 30% of the damage you just dealt to the target again. So it's kind of useful with Zenith. And this turns out to 45% of your extra damage, which means you're almost basically doubling your damage. You have Frost Spectre, which is, everything on the... Something I realized while I'm talking about this is everything on the right side of the Spectre is for Hurricane, and everything on the left side... Everything on the left side is for Hurricane, everything on the right side is for Hoarfrost. So you have Frost Spectre, which increases the critical strike chance and critical strike damage of Smolder and Primordial Blast against frozen targets. Lay Frost, which increases the first critical strikes with Hoarfrost, causes your next spell within 50 seconds to be cast as if the targets were frozen. You have elements, and you also have elements Heed My Call. And all these, all in all, Riftblade, it's not weak, but it definitely feels weaker than the other two. Ugh. And I do want to apologize for why it took me so long to get this video out. PvP matches were really, really, really damn slow the last last week. I didn't realize that they had nerfed the XP gain out of, a couple of the battlegrounds you can get, like Katmogu, and this led to people not queuing for PvP as much, which mildly sucks because it was actually, entertaining to go in there and learn how to play these characters. So now I have to resort to doing, the normal questing and dungeons to level up, which I don't mind because I prefer to do dungeons and quests compared to PvP. That's just, excuse me. Oh, sorry, Pong outside today, damn it. But that's just me. I know some people prefer PvP. Um, this still sits about at bottom of A tier. I'd put it bottom of A tier right now. It feels good. It doesn't have many flaws. It's just damage wise, it feels weaker to play than Engravement or Glyphic. All in all, Runemaster in it from 20 to 30 is a blast. Even at level 21 in PvP, I was putting out so much damage as Engravement that I was almost topping the DPS charts. My burst damage would put me at the top of my details little window here, and I would sit there. I could shred level 29s at level 21. Now, there were some classes I couldn't touch, like Witch Doctor, because of their stupid fucking totems. But other classes I could run up to and just start slapping the tits off of. So I would definitely say Engravement. Runemaster is fun. If you're looking for a class that's got decent ability to PvE and PvE content, I think Runemaster is one of the ones I would advise. It's giving a try. Granted, I hate classes that have stealth, but that's just me. I just dislike rogues in general because God, their tits are dumb. With all that being said, anything housekeeping I need to think of? I was gonna upload this yesterday, but yesterday was my birthday, and I wanted to relax and do my own thing. So I apologize for that one. Well, not really. Um, with it, with classes, with PvP being slower and harder to get into, these videos might take longer to come out. I don't know. I'm seeing how I have to, level a character from 8 to 10. I mean, 10 to up to 20 to see how long that takes. 20 to 30 doesn't seem to take too long because dungeons seem to pop off pretty well. So maybe that'll. But in order to get to do that for the level 10s, so for the 10 to 20 bracket, I'd have to get the 15 first. So we'll see how that goes. And the stream I do either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I don't know. I've got a lot of shit going on going on in the background here. Oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. My allergies are so bad today. With all that said, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please feel free to leave a like or a comment below. A like lets me know you all want to see more, and a comment helps with the algorithm, and lets me interact with you all which I always enjoy. And until next time, I hope to see you all again. Bye bye.